Today's video, I wanted to do an update on the use of this KickBike for cross training for running. Now, I specifically do the Spartan obstacle course races, and I like to do the ultras, which is a 50K. And the reason I purchased this bike was because I was injuring myself with too much mileage, and I needed to implement some other type of tool into my training, and I didn't want to buy an expensive mountain bike, so I found this. So I've already done a video on this, part 1, so there's a link here if you want to see my reasoning for getting this KickBike. So about 5 weeks ago, I did the Montana Spartan Ultra, and if you're interested in how that went, click on that thing right there. But yeah, the bike, I was training with it, implementing it before my long runs and after my long runs, and I was doing burpees. So right now what I'm basically doing is the same thing, is I'll do 15-minute loops with 30 burpees about an hour at a time. The bike was great leading up to the race for my tapering, because it gave me an outlet for energy but didn't give me all the pounding from running. So actually my Garmin watch said I was peaking for whatever that was worth. But I can tell you this, I showed up at the start line feeling the greatest I've ever had for a Spartan race. So I felt really prepared for it physically. So I wanted to see if this bike would help me decrease my ground contact time, increase my stride length, and balance me out between my left and right leg. And I think that's one of my problems, is why I'm hurting myself in this region, is I'm imbalanced somewhat. And so what I discovered is, since I've started doing this, is my stride length has increased slightly, my ground contact has decreased, and I think that's really helping me not get injured, and my balance is looking really good. And I'll put some of the Garmin run dynamics up on here and you can take a look at them. But what I'm really comparing this to is what I call my recovery runs. So they're just like 6-mile runs where I keep my heart rate down in that upper zone 1, lower zone 2, and I can just clip along at about 175 to 180 steps per minute. My ground contact is below 270, and my balance is 50-50, which is excellent. I've also found that as I get farther into my long run, so my long run yesterday was 15.5 miles, and I found that I was able to maintain my running form longer into the run, and man, I was having ground contact yesterday at like mile 14 under 270, actually 260, and I just felt great. I felt light on my feet. So yeah, things were working out great for me. One thing is, before I had injured myself and before I got this bike, I was doing 50 to 60 miles per week. Right now I'm doing 35 to 40 miles per week, and I'm also incorporating what I call ruck training. It's the Go Ruck program. Basically, you take a 30-pound plate, put it in a backpack, and you carry it. So I'll intermix that into my training regiment, and yeah, I think that's kind of making me strong too in my core and my stability. So far this thing's working out great. I plan on doing another video. I have the Utah Spartan Ultra mid-July coming up. It's about 5 weeks out, so I'm going to continue training on this. We got our adventure mobile, the Chevy ZR2, and we've been taking that out. It's got the Go Fast camper on it. We've been taking it out to the mountains now that the weather's getting a little bit better, and I'm hoping to get this thing actually on some like Forest Service roads and trails and playing with that. So look forward to that out on the woods, out in the trails in a future video. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of workout it turns out to be. So yeah, follow along if you're into this kind of stuff. You're into endurance sports, training, Spartan races, or trying to get better. You know, for a little perspective, I'm 47 years old. I am not a runner. I did not run in high school. In fact, I stopped playing sports my junior year so I can afford a car and pay for car insurance. So I'm just an average guy, and I've picked this up now in the last 5-6 years. And so I found I went right to the edge and I would hurt myself. And this has got to be sustainable, so I want to be doing this, you know, when I'm 65, 75, 85 years old. So this is working out to be a great tool so far. I'm happy with it. I would say I'm 6 feet tall, and for this KickBike Cross Max model, I'm right on the edge as far as the height goes, as far as these handlebars. If you're like 6'2", this is going to be too short for you. So I'm not a bike person, and I'm not sure how you can raise the handlebars up so you can so you don't have to lean over as much. So if anybody knows how to actually do that, put it in the comments section, and I'd appreciate it. So yeah, follow along if this is something you're into, and thanks for watching.